Evening Mash, evening everybody, and welcome to round 7 of the ISRL GR4 Season 8. We're at Bathurst tonight. We'll have stopped checking about 5 or 6 minutes, just waiting for two racers to turn up. Subs, we got GRT Mashed Potato replacing GRT Cordell for the last two races of the season. Timmy's going to be covering for Fubuki for the last two races. We've got M3 guy still covering for Dad Tricky, and we've got Hansa who's covering for Shell Shock tonight. So our main race is GR4 Asian manufacturers at Bathurst. The GR4 race is 13 laps, tyre wear times 5, fuel times 4, with a starting fuel of 100%, and with the Group 2 races having to do 4 laps on racing mediums. The groups for tonight are got Vitamin G, Hat Maris, Foxy, Timmy, Mashed Potato, G and PB Dan as Group 1s, who can only use racing mediums during the race. Group 2 is Hippie, Gad, Emperor, Screech, Hansa, M3 guy, Right and Lad who's just turned up. So we're just waiting on Emperor now, and they can use racing softs in the race, but have to do 4 laps on racing mediums. So now I'm just going to change it over to the stock check. So once everybody starts to get out on track, I can then start setting the grid. But he didn't win last week, Mew. He wasn't the victor last week. And good evening, Mew. How are you feeling now, mate? And there's Emperor. Is that your prediction then, Mew? I'll hold you to it. So right, let's get this. Hello, Budge. How are we, mate? Let me get the grid set up. So Hansa's coming for Shell Shock and he goes top of the list. Hat in second, G in third, Brighton in fourth, Gad in fifth, Timmy in sixth, M3 guy in seventh, Foxy, Mash, Emperor, of it. Screechy, PB and hippie. Oh yeah, hippie. Have a good race, mate. And here's maybe the keyboard right by the side. I mean, I'm forgetting to use it. And for a change, we've got a mixed good of cars. Got a few 8.6s, a few Hyundais. Hans is in the Lancer. Timmy in the Lancer. G, Lancer, Mash, 8.6 I believe, PB, Scooby, Righton, I don't know what that car is, I think it's the Hyundai, Emperor, and the Hyundai. Get in the Hyundai Screech and hippie. So here we go. Stop check race time. 1 lap. No holds barred. Punt the crap out of everybody. And try and win. There we go, we'll have a look from Gad in 7th. All lining up on the corner, and there we go. Carnage as always. So, clean set of hills, flying away. Timmy with Gad right behind him. Mashed potato trying to get past Gad, but Gad's having none of that. As we come up to the first corner, second corner, sorry. Quarry Bend. I don't know whether that was punting there or just running straight into it. G taking a nice tight line through there. Got through cleanly and is up into 5th. Foxy somehow managing to stay in 4th. G snuck past him into 4th now. We've got Mashed Potato leading the way. Hat Maris with Timmy right behind him now. Oh, and Hat. G stays up into 2nd, and look at all that carnage going through there. And we have a repeat going through that part there as well. So Foxy's into 2nd, Mash still going in 1st. Timmy's in 3rd, PB in 4th, Gad in 5th, Hippie in 6th, Screechy in 7th, Wrighton in 8th, with Hansa right behind him. It certainly is, especially at this track. and as I thought, we saw some people trying to go for the shortcut. Foxy's played it safe and has managed to get through. Gad now up into second. Will he survive the final corner? A little pump by PB, which is enough. Foxy comes to the line for our win. PB in second, Hippie third, Hat Maris in fourth, Emperor in fifth, Gad in sixth, Screechy in seventh, Righton over the line in eighth, Vit in ninth, Hansa 10th, and G struggling over the line in 11th, Timmy over the line backwards in 12th, and Mash finally gets it together. Evening, Dom. So M3 guy didn't finish, so there we go. So now we'll get ready for the main race. Quick look at the results. Foxy with the win, PB in second, Hippie in third, Hat fourth. M3 guy must have got killed good and proper, so the pro wins out. That was a good stuck check race, I thought. Mash Timmy. PB Foxy and G. That's the idea. It gets all the fun and games out of the way, Mash. To be fair, stuck check, it's never best to be at the front. So Screechy, Hippie, Righton, Emperor, I have it most times. Screecher's taking it on me. So now we get into qualifying. split into two groups. Group 1 go out first, Group 2 go out second. Foxy's taken first blood by getting out first. Quick reminder, Timmy's in for the last two races. Sorry, Timmy is in for the last two races, covering for Bibuki. Mashed Potato is taking over from Cordell for the last two races. Hans is covering for Shell Shock, and M3 guys covering for Dad Tricky. So now along Skyline, through the S's. I got a thing for that cough, Budge. Through the Dipper, Forest Elbow, and then onto the Conrod Straight. Now Budge did set a bit of a challenge to Screech last night. He said he was going to drink a shot every time Screech hit a wall. And G pre-warned everybody by saying he had had one too many after work. Never actually said one too many of what, but he had one too many of something. So there's Foxy now onto his flying lap. So down the mountain straight. Nice and tight through that corner. No, but it's funny, Budge. Oh, why is that Screech? See that cough you've got? Obviously, I'm not actually condoning that you drink and drive in real life. So along Skyline, through the S's, and the Dipper, down to Forest Corner. One of the Masters unfortunately picked up a half-second penalty. Timmy just coming through the S's. G getting lined up for the Dipper. There's Foxy through the chase, down to Murray's corner with a half-second penalty. So he's been in it so he can get a run up. So PB sets up 2:13.08. PB with 2:13.5. Mashed Potato 2:13.3. Minus 213.346. Timmy with a 222. And G jumps up into 5th with a 216.9. So PB's on pole at the moment, Hat in 2nd, Vit in 3rd, Mash in 4th, G in 5th, Timmy in 6th, Foxy in 7th. And I've just given them a PB down to final corner. Will he improve? He does a 212.536. Vit with a 213.4. Hat comes up to the line with 213. Mash has an impulse. You've got G's to coming down to the line now. Foxy with a 214, Timmy with a 211.8. And G hasn't been able to move 216.3. So you got Hands are leading out with the group 2s. Got the S's have taken him out slightly. Emperor there through the S's to the Dipper. Safely through there and his outlap. M3 guy. Ryden needs to move back a bit. He's a bit too close there to M3 guy. I think Emperor's wanting to get everyone out the way. Gad just coming down, Screech. Let's see if Screech can hit any walls. Through the Dipper. Sorry, Forest corner with a brisk spin. Hippie just going over the top. So at the moment we've got Timmy in 1st, PB in 2nd, Hat in 3rd, Vit in 4th, Mash in 5th, Foxy in 6th, G-Ster in 7th, and they got Hansa on his flying lap through Hell's Corner. On the mountain straight. Up to the quarry bend. Yeah, he's moved back, good lad. To the quarry bend. Up to the cutting. Up Griffin's Mount. Screech just coming up to the cutting now. Hippie through the chase. Hansa coming down the Conrad straight. As it comes up to the chase. Through Murray's corner. Over the line with a 2:14.932. Just got him up into 7. M3 lines coming to the line. M3 with a 2:15. Wrightson's there with a 2:16. Emperor with a 2:17. Gad with a 2:16. Here comes Screechy up to the line. With a 2:16. Now I'm leaving it up to everybody whether they want to change tyres. But we know Gad and Screech will start on the softs. Hippie coming up to the line now, and he will do a 2:13.74, which is good enough for 5th. So everyone's so Gad comes down to the chase. Looking to improve on his 10th position. Comes up to the line with a 2:15.375. Screechy comes to the line with a 2:15.4, which is good enough for 11th. I think I could save so. And Hippie comes in at 2:13.496. So our grid: Timmy on pole, PB in second, Hat in third, Fit in fourth, Hippie in fifth, with a cracking lap, Mash in sixth, Foxy in seventh, Hanser in eighth, M3 guy in ninth, Gad in 10th, Screechy in 11th, G-Star in 12th, Willie Ryden in 30th, and Emperor in 14th. And M3 guys. So there's our good guys. So Timmy's on pole. Timmy! It's easier than Naland, to be honest, to say Timmy. So here we go. 13 laps. Starting fuel 100%. Tyres and fuel wet, same as usual. So here we go. And we're away. Timmy's in the lead for the first corner. Takes a PB, tries Hats. Looks like we may have got through that quite safely. Hans has already made. Hippie had a terrible start, so already dropped back down to 8th, and now has Gad right on top of him. Safely through the second corner. Timmy flying away with it. Mash now being coming under pressure from Hans as they go. Foxy looking, trying to get round Hippie. Got a whole gaggle. Timmy nearly got a second lead on PB as they come to the S's. Into the dipper. Got right and all over the back of, I believe that Foxy got Forest corner a bit wrong. So now Gad. Let's have a look at the back of the field. G-Star's already picked up a small penalty. Emperor's in 14th. Screech in front of Foxy as they come down to the chase. Timmy up to Hell's corner with a clear 2-second lead. PB now getting quite a gaggle of cars starting to slowly build up behind him, which are Hat, Vit and Mash. Hippie not too far behind with Hansa right behind him. Gad's got some clear space. Wrighton's got past M3 guy. Fox has got his background for Screech. Screech is right there with him. And Emperor's got past G-Star. Better line through there by Hat, closes right up on PB. They get to the top of the mountain, through the parks. Nobody wants to make a mistake as they go along Skyline. And Lovely curves PB. Can he get it back under control as they go through the S's? Into the dipper. Alright Mew, thanks for popping by, mate. Mash all over the back of it there. Matching cars. Hippie's got a bit of space between him and Hansa, and now Hansa could possibly start to come under a bit of pressure for Wrighton. And you, Mew. Gad there in 9th, M3 guy in 10th. Foxy's got a bit of space between him and Screech. Emperor there in 13th. G-Ster in 14th, not too far behind him. Let's see if we can see where Hat got past PB. Obviously took him on the Conrad straight. Or PB fit muscling himself around the outside of PB. Herbie official racing team, sponsored by Skittles tonight, are now up into 2nd and 3rd respectively. Now, can Hat do anything about Timmy, who seems to have gone? Now PB is coming under pressure from Mash and Hippie, not a million miles behind. Hansa with Wrighton still closing, but Gad is closing up on Wrighton now as they go through the S's. And Foxy closing up on M3 guy. G-Ster's got back past Emperor. Oh, bit raggy by M3 guy as they go through Forest Corner. And Mash has done exactly what Hat did to PB as they come up to the chase. And Vit's got past Hat. Could that be a bit of team to see if Hat can close up on Timmy? Timmy seems to have settled down a bit. Can Hat start making inroads into him? And now PB coming under pressure from Hippie. And Hippie's already up alongside him as they come up towards the quarry bend. Hippie's flied past him. And now Hansa with Wrighton still about the same distance behind him with Gad. M3 guy. Foxy in 11th, right on the tail of him. Screech in 12th. G-Ster in 13th. And Emperor, I believe, is that enough? It's not everyone's favourite track, this. Now Foxy really finding such a good qualifying position and having that misfortune. Oh, and M3 lost it big time on the Skyline. Foxy managed to get past him as they go down to the S's. Timmy's still pulling away from Vit. With the GRT boys closing in on him. That's Mashed Potato and Hippie Head. And I've just noticed their cars. It's Geordie Power tonight. And Vit and PB dropping back. Hansa managed to pull a bit away from Wrighton, but Wrighton is seriously under pressure now from Gad. With Foxy not too far behind them. So they've just got the 4 laps in on the soft and mediums. Gad's probably not bit too far away to make a move on him there. But he's right there now. M3 guys got back in front of Screech. Right, and now closing back up on Hansa. Mashed Potato and Hippie. Down through the S's, trying to close up on Hat in third. And Vit is now pulling the push in. He's trying to catch back up to Timmy. It's back to 3 seconds. Has Vit gobbled a mouthful of Skittles and he's now charging along. Setting the fastest laps. Can he keep it through the chase? We'll just see where Mash making full use of the slipstream to get past Hat. Coming down the Conrod straight. As Vic comes up to the line. 2:13.1. So Vic set the fastest lap. And he's now closing in on Timmy, 2.6 seconds behind. Mash has got past Hat and he's now getting some clear air. Hippie now closing up on Hat. Hands are still going along safely in 7th, with Wrighton and Gad right behind him. Foxy takes it a bit wide going into the corner. Quarry bend, I apologise. They come up to the cut-in. Oh yeah, Timmy's on mediums. He's just a very quick driver. At the top 6, there's only Hippie who's on, I believe he's on softs. He is. And they look dead. A Hat not letting Mash get away from him. But Vit is pulling a push on now. 2.7 seconds behind Timmy. Timmy! It seems to have just a couple of extra mph coming down the Conrod straight compared to Timmy. See if Hippie's going to stay out with those softs. He is. We have Hansa coming down with Wright and Gad and Foxy. Just wanted to check Foxy was on the right tyres there. Screechy now in 12th. Right behind M3 guy. G-Ster going along in 13th. And Timmy's responded to Hat's lap by doing 2:13.078. Looks like Hippie's getting ready to put the move onto Hat as they come to the cut-in. So they go up through the parks. Hansa just keeping himself in the clear, Wright and Gad. Wright and Gad, there's nothing they can do about each other, and both in the same car. Wright went a bit wide there, which has allowed Gad to close up, and Foxy makes his move. But unfortunately Gad shut the door before he could make anything of it. As they go through the dipper. Well, Gad very wide. Foxy's full in Gad's slipstream now. But Gad's just about him right, and so probably getting enough speed so he can't get past him. Through the chase. Down to Hell's Corner. And all three of them into the pits. So Vit and Timmy and me both into the pits. Timmy comes out just in front of PB. Hippie's still going on his soft tyres. I think he's trying to get another lap in before he goes into Timmy. Back into second, PB in third, Vit in fourth, with Hansa right behind him. Mash in fifth, sixth, Hat in seventh, Screechy in eighth, Gad in ninth, Wright in 10th, Foxy in 11th, and obviously picked up an unfortunate penalty. G in 12th, and M3 guy in 13th. So PB stayed out on his mediums. And I believe PB is going for the no stopper. I can't imagine Hippie is on his soft tyres. We'll find in a minute as he comes down the Conrad Straight. Through the chase. And he's off into the pits. PB somehow managed to get back in front of Timmy. Which has allowed Vit to be 1.5 seconds now behind Timmy. Mash in fourth, Hat in fifth, Wrighton's there in 7th. Gadding 8th. Foxy's in 9th. No, sorry, 10th. Officer Screechy's come out of Ryan in 7th, Andrew in 8th, Gad in 9th, Foxy in 10th, M3 guy in 11th, Screech in 12th, G-Star in 13th. And I do think PB is going for the no-stopper. Hence the reason they all flew past him. He was fuel saving like a mother trucker. Through the S's, into the dipper, down to Forest Corner, and Fitz unfortunately picked up a penalty. PB a bit wide, which has allowed Timmy to come up alongside. I'm sure PB's going to go, right, thank you, I'll just slip into your slipstream. It was unfortunate Fit getting that penalty's made him drop back, and now he's close to the mash. Hippie in 5th, Hat in 6th, Hansa in 7th, Wrighton in 8th, but Wrighton right on the back of Hansa. Hansa's took his 7th place back, but Wrighton wants it back. No, that's mine. So they come up to the chase. Come down to Hell's Corner. Now these might work in Gad's favour because it might get him back up to them. Fox just taking it steady. M3 guy in 11th, Screech in 12th, G in 13th. So PB is starting to pull away a bit from Timmy. He's starting to pull away from PB, and Vit's starting to close up on PB now. Hippie stuck in a bit. Can catch up to Hippie. I think Hans has held off Wrighton's push for now, at least. Oh, definitely after that little wall contact by Wrighton. Gad in 9th. So now Vic closing right up on PB with Mash right behind him. Vic goes past him on the Conrad straight. It's 2.5 seconds behind him. PB's come back at him. Vit's managed to hold him off. And Mash is having a look on the inside of Vit. And Mash has gone from 4th to 2nd. What a move. Let's see this happen. So PB got out of shape trying to stop Vit getting through, which allowed Mash to come up alongside him. And then he does a daring move coming into Hell's Corner. And has got himself up into 2nd. What a move. But Vit's coming straight back at him on the mountain straight. PB's not out of it at all either. Mash a bit wide, Vit tries to cut back in. through the parks. Well, as I say, this is all playing into Timmy's hands, who's now 5 seconds clear with just over 2 laps to go. Down towards the S's. Fitz certainly carrying a bit more speed there. Through the S's onto the dipper. Poor PB's picked up a second penalty. Round Forest Corner. And that's going to ruin it for PB because it allows Hippie to get past him. And will it now leave him vulnerable to Hat, who is closing in quite rapidly on him? Is it rapidly enough to get past him before they get to the chase? Through the chase. Hat now right close behind. Fit through Hell's Corner. Still playing into Timmy's hands. So Timmy's lead's getting bigger. Just over 2 laps. Hippie's in 4th, PB in 5th, with Hat having a look on the outside up to the quarry bend. Side by side through the quarry bend. Still side by side as they come up to the cutting. Hat makes the wise choice and backs out to let PB through first. Hansa with a 2-second lead over Wrighton. And with Foxy managed to get past Gad. And M3 guy 4 seconds behind. And G-Ster has managed to get past Screech. Let's go back up to the... Let's have a quick look at Timmy. Having a lonely but perfect race at the front. Can Mash hold Fit off for the next lap or so? Can PB keep Hat behind him as we come down to the straight? That goes for the inside on the Conrad straight and gets through. And as they head towards the chase, PB comes back with a bit of light, but Hat just shuts the door. Foxy looking to do Wrighton, and he has done. So Foxy has made his move up into 8th by just some careful driving and not making any silly mistakes. Putting a good recovery together. Gad in 10th, not that far behind Wrighton. So as we get into our final lap, we got Screechy and G very close together. I do like their inverted colour schemes, very cool. So let's have a look. It looks like Timmy's either eased off or mashes. If it's 12, so 9, but Timmy still has the fastest lap. Over Skyline, they come down to the S's. Fit still thinking about that championship. Hippie very lonely race in 3rd. two contrasting lines through Forest Corner there. Is Hat close enough? I mean, Vit's not close. And the way that lead's dropping, I think Timmy might be having to do a bit of fuel saving to get to the end of the race, because they are closing in very rapidly on him. Up to the chase. As they head down to Timmy safely through Hell's Corner to take the victory. Side by side as they went into Hell's Corner. So Timmy is our winner. Mash takes second, Vit in third, Hippie takes a brilliant fourth, Hat comes over the line to take a very nice fifth, PB with his no stopper in sixth, Hansa, perfect race really, in seventh. Wrighton's managed to get past Foxy, take the line in eighth, Foxy with a little penalty in ninth, and Gad in 10th, with M3 guy right behind him in 11th. Screechy has got past G. As they go through the chase, side by side. Screechy burns his penalty, and look at that, they're going to come over as the team. WC Racing. Nicely done, boys. So there's Timmy, our winner, pole position, fastest lap. If we just save the replay, quick look at the results. So Timmy was our winner in the WRX, Mash in second, Fit in third, Hippie in fourth, Hat in fifth, PB in sixth, Hansa in seventh, Wrighton in eighth, Foxy in ninth, Gad in 10th, M3 guy in 11th, G-Star in 12th, Screech in 13th, and M3 in 14th. So now just change the settings over. So yes, the Marmite race tonight is at night. In the NSX GRB. Right enhancer PB hippie right and goes front enhancer. We'll just let everybody have a lap or two. Then we've got Hippie, Emperor, Timmy, PB, Maris, G-Star, Foxy, Screechy, M3 guy, Hansa, Royton, and Vic. So Mash got the first lap in. Coming down to Hell Corner. Emperor to the chase. Nice bit of drifting through that corner. Three seconds down on Mash. Timmy down to Hell's Corner. So the Comrade Straight is going to be limited supreme. PB through the chase, bit of grass cutting. Foxy there in 6th. I was letting known that he seriously dislikes his car. Believes the back of the car should be at the front, and the front wants to be at the back. G's to there, Screechy. M3 guy there, 9th. Hands there. Right, and showing what McDonald's can do. Fit in 12th. And I see Hans are there making use of the Luckman line. Except he didn't make contact with any car. Took a 5.4 experience punch for the pleasure. So Mash there with a 110. So it's reverse grid, rolling start, 8 laps. Tyre wear on times 6, fuel on times 5. Now the guys at the back will be thinking, am I going to start on Hell Corner? Shall we see? There's a very good possibility, because Emperor's coming up to the line. In fact, no, they're nowhere near her. So Emperor. I'm sorry, Hell Corner's the first. So Emperor in the lead, Screechy already trying to make a move on Emperor. And Screechy does. As they come to Quarry Bend, Screechy's already into the lead. Can he hold it through Quarry Bend? Somehow he does. M3. Screechy hitting a few barriers, which is an M3 going now into 2nd, Emperor Gad into 3rd, Foxy into 4th, Emperor down into 5th, G-Star using the wall. Over Skyline, so the top 6 I'm starting to pull away through the S's. Through the dipper, an M3 guy, oh, and now Gad's looking to make the move on Screech. They come down to Forest Corner, a lot of wall contact going on. So Screech and Gad got safely through Forest Corner, and now onto the Conrad Straight. Gad already looking to make the move on Screech. Twitchy bum time. Gad decides to drop back in, and as they stop now for the chase, Screech slams the door, manages to get round the corner, and Gad's picked up a half-second penalty. Foxy looked like he was going to try and make a move on Screech. Gad gets out of the way to serve his penalty, so Screech takes back the lead. And Emperor's making a pullback and he's into third, with Foxy in fourth, Wrighton in fifth. Mash is already up to seventh. In fact, Timmy's up to sixth. So Timmy is on a complete charge. Mash is in seventh, Hippie's in eighth, Hat's in ninth, Vit's in 10th, Hansa's in 11th, M3 guys in 12th, PB in 13th, and G-Star's in 14th. So into lap 2, Screech is still leading with Gad right behind him, Emperor in 3rd, Foxy in 4th, and Timmy in 5th now. Emperor did a Herbie line through that corner, went rather square, which now has allowed Foxy to close right behind him. Screech has got some clear air between him and Gad. Gad says hello to the wall, and I see Emperor did as well behind him. And now Foxy's got to watch it because Timmy! Oh, and Emperor gets the skyline all wrong, so Foxy's through to 3rd. Foxy loses it on the grass, so Emperor's back into 3rd. Timmy's in 4th, Mash is in 5th, Hippie's in 6th, Hat's in 7th, Foxy's dropped down to 8th. Screechy going along nicely in 1st, with a 1.6 second lead over Gad in 2nd, who has 2 seconds over Emperor, and Emperor has now got Timmy making the move for him on the Conrad straight. And the problem is, if Timmy gets through, Mash is going to try and get through with him, and Hippie not far behind. Timmy has the inside line for the chase. Gad's gone very wide, so Timmy is going to be up into 2nd. Is Gad going to get it back under control before Emperor can get past it? And Emperor, Gad and Hippie 3 abreast of that corner. So Emperor now's dropped down to 6th, Hippie's into 4th, Mash is in 5th, Hat's in 7th, Fox is in 8th, Vit's in 9th, Wrighton's in 10th, PB in 11th, M3 guy in 12th, G-Star in 13th, and Hansa in 14th. But Screech is having an absolute blinder. 3.7 seconds in the clear. Timmy in 2nd with a 2nd gap over him and Gad. Gad's there with his GRT teammate in Mashed Potato, and Hippie Heed right behind him. So now you've got Mash in 3rd, Hippie in 4th, Gad's lost out and dropped back into 5th, Hat's in 6th, Foxy's in 7th, Emperor is 9th. But in fact, Vit's come up alongside him as they come up to the parks. Bit of bouncing together, and Hippie's already starting to close up on Screech, 2.4 seconds behind. With Mash in 3rd, 1.5 seconds behind. Hippie in 4th, Hat now in 5th, Gad in 6th, with Foxy right behind him in 7th, and Foxy loses it again through the S's. Will that allow Vic to close up on him as they come to the dipper? Foxy all sideways, which then caused Vic to take evasive action. Foxy making use of the walls to get around the corner. So Vic now up into 7th. Wrighton gives Foxy a bit of a push to get him started. But Screech now has got Timmy and Mash right on his back wheel, with Hippie not too far behind there. As they come up to the chase, Timmy really making the push for the win now. Already got the fastest lap. Timmy goes a bit wide. And Mash is doing that move that he did on Vate on Timmy, so Mash is now up into 2nd. Got the inside line for health corner. So Mash is into the lead, Screech is in second, Timmy's in third. But Hippie's looking to make a move on Hippie and Timmy. So we got Hat in 5th, Vit in 6th, Wrighton in 7th, M3 guy in 8th, PB in 9th, Foxy in 10th, Emperor in 11th, Hansa in 12th, Gad in 13th, G in 14th, who's done the pit stop. Screech still holding on to second as they come up to the parks with Timmy right behind him, with Hippie there. Screech makes some contact with the wall, which allows Timmy to get through. Hippie makes a bit of contact with the wall, even more contact with the wall, which allows Screech to get back up into third and Hat up into fourth. So Mash 2.5 seconds, 2.7 seconds in the lead, Timmy in second, Screech still in third on lap 4, Hat in fourth, Hippie into fifth. As they come down to Forest Corner, Screech goes wide, so does Hippie. As that left Screech vulnerable to Hat taking him on the Conrad Straight. Not looking like it. Screech hasn't been fuel saving, so Screech is going to have to come in this lap. Hat's been doing a little bit of fuel saving. Hippie, again, if someone else is going to have to pit. So Mash is into the pits, Timmy in the pits as well. Good old Timmy. Hat straight into the pits. Hippie into the pits, who's managed to get past Screech. Screechy in the pits. M3 guy into the pits now as well. PB. And Hansa. Can Hansa have played the blinder? Has he got enough to do the last 4 laps? And who's going to get out the pits first? In fact, Mash has got out before Hansa. Hansa's in second, Timmy's in third. Oh, and unfortunately for Vit, he picked up a 1.5 second coming out of the pits, so it allows Hat to get back in for Vit. Having to serve that penalty will allow Hippie to come past him. Screech has come out in 7th, PB in 8th, M3 guy in 9th, Gad in 10th, Wrighton in 11th, Emperor in 12th, G-Ster in 13th, Foxy back in 14th. So Hans is doing some fuel saving, going for the no stopper. And Mash is absolutely flying away with it. So Timmy, he's got his work cut out to try and get past Hansa, and he's done it as they come through Skyline. They come down to the S's. Hat there in 4th. Hippie contact with the wall, which allows Vit to come past because he's had a penalty to serve. They come into the dipper. So Hippie down into 6th. Screech in 7th. With PB closing in on him in 8th. M3 guy in 9th, Wrighton in 10th, Gad in 11th, Emperor in 12th, G-Ster in 13th, and Foxy in 14th. So Mash 4 seconds clear of Timmy with just over 3 laps to go. Timmy has got a 2.6 second lead over Hat in 3rd, Vit in 4th, Hippie in 5th, Hansa in 6th, PB in 7th, M3 guy in 8th. Oh no, what's happened to Screechy? The Screechy's dropped down into 11th. So Timmy, 3.6 seconds behind Mash with 3 laps to go. It's interesting because Timmy's gone with the racing super softs. Fits on the racing super softs. Hippies as well. PB. M3 guy now in 7th. Wrighton in 8th. Gad in 9th. Hansa in 10th, so Hansa went for the pits. He obviously thought, I don't want to be caught up in all those. Emperor in 11th. Foxy in 12th. G-Ster in 13th. Screechy. I think Screechy's had enough. And I understand that. So Mash still keeping a 3.4 second lead. Timmy in 2nd. Bit ragged there, going for the last of the park corners. Onto Skyline. So everyone now is starting to get spread out a bit. Vit in 4th, with Hippie only a second behind him. As they go through the dipper. Don't know if Hat's had a bit of a problem because Vit is now closing in. But Hippie's right there with him. PB got a bit of a gap between him and M3 guy, who's doing a brilliant job in 7th. Wrighton's there in 8th. And his teammate Gad in 9th. Hansa there in 10th. Emperor in 11th. Foxy in 12th. G-Ster in 13th. And Screechy is having a cup of tea in the pitch. You enjoy it, mate. So Timmy cannot make any closing in on Mash, but he has set the fastest lap of a 2:08. Hat with his fellow Herbie official racing teammate Vic closing in 4th. He's managed to get some space between him and Hippie. 2 seconds. We just try and look down and see who is closest to each other. Gad's there in 12th. G-Ster's still having a go for it. Good on you, mate. That's great, I understand, mate. I know how stinking cold you have. Do you just have a rest in the pits? But Timmy, oh, Mash has picked up a penalty. Can this allow Timmy, who's on an absolute charge? And there's only one place that Mash can get rid of it, and that's going to be on the Conrad straight, which is then going to play him into the hands of Timmy, 2 seconds behind him. And Hats and Hippie. So can we see what happened to it? I think Vit had some trouble with the dipper. As they go through the chase, Timmy is getting closer and closer to Mash. Mash has got that bit of a penalty that needs to get rid of. Timmy 2:08.545 now. That penalty of Mash just doesn't seem to want to go. Hippie 2.4 seconds behind Hat. Fit in 5th. As and we're already on to our final lap. Timmy 1.1 second behind now. Mash, after a lot of fighting, Mash finally got that penalty rid. Can he, Hippie, make use of the whole track to try and get into that slips area? Just about can he hold it together as they come through the skyline and onto the S's. Will Timmy push it as they go around Forest Corner for the last time? Oh, and Timmy has a little contact with the wall, which has allowed Mash to get a 1.5 second gap. And that lead's getting bigger as they finish coming down the Conrad Straight up to the chase. Safely rounded by Mash and Timmy. And Murray Corner for the final time. And Timmy comes up to take the checkered flag for the win. Timmy in second. Coming to the line in third. Hippie across the line in fourth. Fit through Murray Corner for the final time and up to the finish line in fifth. Nicely done, Fit. PB comes to the line in sixth. With M3 guy. With a brilliant race there. Over in seventh. Wrighton comes to the line in eighth. Hands are in ninth. And just runs out of fuel before the line. Emperor in 10th with Gad in 11th. And we got Gista. Comes down to Murray Corner for the final time. Nice bit of drift in there, G. And over the line in 12th. And Foxy in 13th, and Screech, who didn't have to do another get out on the track. So Foxy across the line in 13th, and Screech there in 14th. Like it. So there we go, guys, there's our race finished. So there, Mashed Potato with his victory in his first round of the Marmite. Well done, Mash. So if you just save the replay, quick look at the results. And Mash in first, Timmy in second, Hat in third, Hippie in fourth, Fit in fifth, PB in sixth, M3 guy in seventh, Wrighton in eighth, Hanser in ninth, Emperor in 10th, Gad in 11th, G in 12th, Foxy in 13th, Screech in 14th. And I think I'm gonna try and get both of our race winners in. Just have a quick blue screen. Timmy! Hiya, Mash. Well done, guys.
Cheers, yeah, cheers, Timmy. You too.
Yeah, it was good racing by the pair of you there.
Yeah,
Anyway,
safely say my heart is not beating at a normal speed after that one.
I can imagine. Yeah, Timmy just had the bit of luck going into Forest Corner the last time, which gave you the gap, so it gave you that little bit of space.
Yeah. Yeah. As I say, I got a penalty going over that stupid mountain section bit there
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
well.
and he couldn't get rid of it. I saw he was trying to get rid of it, and it just wasn't going down, was he?
Oh yeah, it was literally going down and like point one. I was just going, oh, for the love of God, come on.
But yeah, and Timmy, what did you just ease off at the end of the GR4 race? You know, the last lap of the GR4 race, when you're coming down the Conrad Straight, did you just ease off a bit because the gap between you and Mash suddenly? Yeah. 'Cause I thought. Yeah, you drove a flawless race there, mate. Well done.
Yeah, agreed.
And Mash, I love that overtake on fit in the GR4. That was a bit of beauty. That was.
Yeah, so I think it was coming up to the fast chicane coming out of the main straight, and I think it was PB.
Yeah.
Who hadn't pitted yet, and I think they were battling going into chicane, and they both got a slow run out.
Yes.
And I managed to get them both just before the end of the second and final corner, even out there.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased with that one.
But no, I thought I was there going, oh, this is going to work out perfect. I'm going to get both race winners in at the same time. but great racing, boys, and Mash, well done. First race.
I know, I'm surprised myself. Guess
And
I
Tim-
should thank Joe and Cordell for having other things to do.
Yes.
Really for this, so.
And Timmy, is it wets for you next week then? No, it'll be mediums, man. No, mate, it's been a pleasure having you racing with both. Well, everyone who races with. It's a pleasure to have you on the track. I'll let you both go and enjoy the rest of your Friday evenings.
No problem.
Right. Well, good luck for GR3 tomorrow, isn't it, Timmy? For you. Mash, I'll see you Friday and Saturday next week for GR4 and multi-class.
Yep. No problem, mate.
Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week, mate.
Bye bye. Well, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks for watching. Give it a like and a subscribe if you wish to. Any comments are always welcome. I'll try and reply to everything. And yeah, I can see Foxy and Hansa, you struggled like hell with that. It's out of the way now. What have we got next week? Catalunya, SLR McLaren 09. Yeah, that will be nice. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you very soon. Bye-bye.